All right, sorry about that. Basically, you need to now tell the customer what your bid is. Your bid to just do the cabinets and countertops. And you can tell them 11,200, but it's that's where this next part of it comes into play. Is now it's the emotions of like, oh my gosh, that sounds like so much money, but oh my gosh, maybe it's not that much money. And what's going to happen is your first time you're going to bid too low, and you're going to tell them 11,200, and they're going to be like, yep, sounds great. And you're going to be like, oh frick, maybe I should have charged more. And then maybe the next time you're going to do the same thing, and you're going to charge what you think is outrageous. Is like, oh my gosh, this time I'm charging 12,200. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. And they're going to say, yeah, okay. And you're going to be like, oh, well, crap. Like, is that still too low? Like, I don't want to leave too much money on the table. Like, I don't want to get greedy, but I also don't want to work for free. The thing is, your customer doesn't know how to do what you know how to do now. They don't know how to get cabinets, get someone to install. They don't know how to coordinate the whole thing. That's what you're getting paid for. You're getting paid because you know how to do it. You are getting paid because they have a problem and you know how to solve their problem. Their problem is, I need a new kitchen and I don't know how to get a new kitchen. You go to them and you say, hey, I can give you a new kitchen. And they say, oh, great, how much is it going to cost? And you say, I could probably do it for, $1,200, or sorry, $12,000. And they're gonna be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, $12,000. Yes, yes, $12,000. And then you're like, okay, great, yeah. That's how those conversations go. That's not exactly how the conversation goes. You want to be able to give them something fancy. And I don't have an example of one of my... Yeah, I don't have an example of an invoice. The next time I make a video to send you, I'll show you an example of my invoice. But here's an example of an invoice that was sent to me. This is an invoice that was sent to me. It's got a bunch of numbers, but the important number is this total down here. That's the only number that most customers are going to look at, is how much is it going to cost. And honestly, my opinion is the reason people put all this other information is so that you don't get asked questions as, why does it cost so much? Is like, oh, well, it's right there. That's why it costs so much. But does your customer really know what the going rate for flat panel base is? Like, no. Do they really know what the going rate is for soft touch hinge doors? Right here, it's $5 is what it says here, times 20 is $100. So that's where a $100 charge was put, is for soft touch hinge doors. My guy charges me $5 for every soft close hinge that I want to add. Anyways, it's just knowing what the numbers are, and then knowing what the customer is willing to pay for it, and then knowing how to coordinate it. Honestly, the knowing how to coordinate it is the easiest part of the whole process. The hardest part of the whole process is this emotional battle with, like, how much am I going to charge? How much am I supposed to charge? What am I supposed to do? Are they going to be mad if I charge them this much money? And what I've learned without very much experience is most of it is in my head. And honestly, maybe not every customer will pay you this 11,200, but honestly, every customer will pay you that. That's wicked cheap. Maybe not every customer will pay you 14 grand for what we just described, but some customers will. And from my perspective, property management companies probably won't. Homeowners probably will. They probably would pay that price, no problem. Probably. I don't know. Those types of customers, you might need custom cabinets. That might be what the custom cabinet part of this whole thought process is for homeowners. I'm still playing with a lot of this information. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. But what I do know is, hey, You just need to figure out how to go to a customer and tell them, yes, I can do your cabinets and your countertops for you. And then you need to figure out how to actually do the cabinets and the countertops for them. But the cabinets is easy. As long as you can get them, you, Luke Coffey, can install them. And the countertops is also easy. I've been watching my countertop guy do it, and I'm planning to try to get my pastor to do one of my jobs for me because he's a tile guy. And honestly, I don't know if you've ever personally done tile work. It's super easy. Like, honestly, that's really how I feel about it. Yes, there are parts of it that are difficult. You got to practice the artistic stuff. You definitely have to practice that. There's not enough money in it for me to want to practice it. But I think there's more than enough money in countertops for me to want to practice it a couple times just so that I know how to do it. If I had to make money working with my hands, what I would do is I would do exactly this. I would buy cabinets, I would get them installed, and then I would personally learn how to do the countertops. Because honestly, my guy charges me $1,200 for countertops. If you split them into two separate categories, yes, I can do your countertops for $1,200. Does that sound that much better than, yes, I can do your countertops for $2,100? Yes, I can do your countertops for $2,600. Like, where is the line? Where is the line? I know that he's going to charge me $1,200. How much can I charge on top of that for having coordinated him getting there? The problem is, as a middleman, you're always running the risk of the customer going directly to the person who's doing the work. The thing, though, is you have their phone number and this guy doesn't have their phone number. That's the big difference. So don't give away the phone number, but you can do things. You can make a lot of different decisions. Anyways, all of that, basically what I am trying to communicate is for 4 hours on the front end, getting stuff measured, plus another 4 hours the day that you go and measure the job. You get really good accurate measurements. You take it directly to Cabinets to Go and you say, hey, this is what the measurements are. This is what my layout is. This is what I want my layout to look like. How much is it going to be? You get that price from Cabinets to Go, and then you tell them, thank you very much. I'm going to put together something for my customer and I'll let you know. You go home, you put together your bid, you make it look fancy and official. And I don't have any of my invoices here. I use a program called Joist, and it looks super fancy, looks super official. I've got a fancy looking number on a fancy looking page. I hand it to a customer or I email it to a customer and they tell me yes. So you go to Cabinets to Go, you tell them the layout. They give you this sheet with this price. You put that on the page. You call Albert and say, hey, this is what my layout's like. I need this done and I need it done in 2 weeks from now. What's your price? And honestly, after you've done it with Albert 3 times, he's the countertop guy. After you've done it with Albert 3 times, you'll kind of know what his price is. He's going to charge me about $1,200 for this, or maybe he's going to charge me about $2,500 for this. I kind of know that, and I know what I need to mark it up to in order to be safe, and then I know I can mark it up past that. So basically, at the end of all of this, you are going to get to the point where you can give the customer a new kitchen, and you can you're giving them their counters and their cabinets and their countertops. It's basically what you're giving. You have some limitations because out of the box cabinets, they only can be built in those 3-inch increments, but there's a lot you can do with that. You're not going at, like, you can't get every client with this particular route, but you can get some clients because Cabinets to Go sells cabinets to clients. And if you can get enough volume through Cabinets to Go or any stock cabinet place, they are eventually going to give you a discount, and then you can just charge for, that's extra money that you get to make, because you're not going to pass along all the savings to your customer. Maybe you want to because you want to constantly be having work. Maybe that's the route you want to go. But maybe you don't want to because you only want the really good work. Maybe that's what you want to do. Anyways, that's kind of the thought process. The upside is you can make, you know, 3 to 4 grand on any of these little jobs, and they probably take you less than 20 hours. And let's see, what's 4 divided by 2 is 2. You're making $200 an hour if you're making 4 grand at 20 hours. $200 an hour. That's not bad. Then you just figure out how to make it even faster. And then you figure out how to get somebody else to install for you. And then you get to go employ all of your other buddies or one of your buddies. You get to employ one of your buddies that's been working with you at your company, and now you've got a sweet little, that's one way, that's one business idea of how you could build this business. You could also not sell countertops and just sell cabinets, because you'll get through things faster if you just sell cabinets and you realize, hey, the extra time and effort that it takes me to put countertops in isn't worth the price. This particular job, I think that I'm charging the customer around 12 grand or something. Maybe I'm only charging them 11 grand. I can't remember what I'm charging them for this particular one. I have it written down somewhere else. But I'm doing about that total. I'm doing 3 jobs for this customer. Total, the bids all together was 41 grand. I'm not sure how much I'm going to make on the job, but it's a good, when I ran the numbers, it made sense. And it's like one of the only jobs I'm doing this month. I should work more, but as you can hear, I've got a baby, and I'm trying to figure out how to have a baby. Anyways, that's the end of this whole thing. I'd love to chat with you more about this type of thing, but maybe I'll remake this video because it's got too long. Anyways, goodbye.